Aloha, everyone. Hope you guys are all doing amazing. Happy Wednesday. I'm here in my home office. Just got a couple little books behind me. Just got back home from teaching in Kansas City and Los Angeles. Two amazing groups. I mean, just incredible time with them. You know, the Los Angeles group, so amazing. Kansas City, my first time in KC, and it was so good to be there. It was the people, that such big hearts and such great connections, and we got to go really deep with these last two classes with the content, with the information. And you know, those of you who are going to our San Diego prac, which starts tomorrow, yeah, I think it starts tomorrow. Yeah, today's Wednesday. You guys are going to be taken well care of. Nicole's there. My other lead trainer, she is absolutely amazing. You're also going to have Mandy there as well. Mandy's going to be there with you. And Christian's going to be on stage. So you got the three trainers there and a whole bunch of people in the back. Valen's going to be in the back helping out with the logistics of it. We have a big group coming in. So nice to finally be getting group sizes closer to like what we used to have. Just absolutely incredible to see it. And you know what? I mean, for me, I'm just grateful that people are showing up. Yep, San Diego, I like that. San Diego represents, so true. I'm just happy people are showing up, right? And being here and taking the time to really connect with these teachings. I'm loving these Facebook Lives. I hope you guys are liking it too. So far, we've been able to do it. You know, I did one during setup, and I did one, I think, right before setup, and now I'm home. So I get to sit down, get to chill out, and just hang out with all of you. I wanted to talk about something today that comes from Huna. So yeah, for me, my team allows me to just get on here and just talk and to just like share whatever it is that comes up. And you know, I was getting ready for this, and I was teaching, not teaching, please forgive me, coaching. I was coaching this morning, coached two of my clients, and I sat here going, I could talk about so many different things. And one of the things that I got to talk about in Los Angeles, and had a few students come up to me and say it was an amazing talk. It comes from Huna. It's called the Law of Amama. So you guys have heard of the laws, right? The law of correspondence, and the law of cause and effect, the law of attraction, of course, you know, that was popularized by things like The Secret. Well, we teach these at Huna. We teach 52 laws. And, you know, the law of attraction is something that you would have to learn last. You'd have to learn the law of attraction last because, yes, it does work. It works in an area where you understand the other laws, where you get the other laws and they make sense to you. Well, one of them that is a little bit more obscure that not many people talk about is the Law of Amama. So what is the Law of Amama? The Law of Amama is to sacrifice. Now, sacrifice doesn't mean that you are killing something. It's not like sacrificing an animal. It's what are you sacrificing in order to achieve something. So the Law of Amama means you got to give something up. So I want you to think about this for a moment. In order for you to achieve something, you need to give something up. Even if that giving up is time. Do you guys all get that? So the Law of Amama is you need to give something up to achieve something. Well, on the surface, it sounds pretty simple, right? I'm going to be going to Hawaii in a week. Oh, so excited. Prepping for Huna, getting ready to go out to Hawaii. I'm so looking forward to it. So I'm going to be heading to Huna in a week, and I'm going to be going to Kona. Well, doesn't seem like that's very much of a sacrifice because I get to be on the Big Island. I get to hang out with amazing people. I am sacrificing something though. I'm sacrificing time with my daughter. I'm sacrificing being able to work with coaching clients. So working with my clients. When I'm there and Ethan and Christina are there with me, as I'm teaching, I'm sacrificing being able to spend time with them. So there are things that you're giving up. Now, this may not seem like a big deal. However, a lot of people don't face it, right? Although to face it, to look at, here's what I need to give up in order to achieve the thing that I want to achieve. You got to do that while you're setting the goal. You got to do that while you are creating the goal. You want to take a look at it and go, all right, in order for me to achieve this, what do I need to give up? What do I need to let go of in order to achieve the thing that I want to achieve? So, for example, with Skylar, when she was younger, I would leave and it would be very emotional for her, and rightfully so. You know, Skylar and I have an incredible connection, as I do with Ethan as well. And Skylar and I, we really practice this together. Ethan's a little bit older than Skylar, and this really came into my awareness as, she became like 3 years old. So this is 2009, it's about 13 years ago. And what we began to openly discuss is when I was going to be leaving again. So that sounds really weird. So I would land and I'd be home for a couple of weeks. And one of the very first discussions Skylar and I would have is, when are you leaving again? Not because she wanted to get rid of me. She didn't want me like leaving again. She just wanted to know, how much time do I have? Like, we're facing the Amama of I'm teaching. And so let's maximize the time that we have together. And then right before I'd be leaving, we'd be at dinner and she'd say, okay, when are you going to come back? And I would tell her when I'm coming back and how many cities I'm going to. So we faced it ahead of time so that it didn't cause us any conflict when we encountered it on the path. What a lot of people fail to do is they fail to look at what do they need to give up to achieve the goal while they're setting the goal. So then what happens? You put the goal out there in the future, you're moving towards it, things are like working out, and then all of a sudden you hit a bump. That bump can be an obstacle, like what I talk about at the end of the prac trainings. And also this bump, though, could also be something that you could have faced and looked at prior to it. That way it doesn't catch you by surprise. So catching it ahead of time, looking at what is it that you need to give up, helps you to become pono with it. With my clients, when they're setting a goal, like I'm working with a client right now and we're talking about how many coaching clients she wants to have. Like, what would be a good goal for her from a coaching client perspective? And I said, well, every new client you take on takes you away from hanging out with your kids, from being with your partner. So you want to really, ahead of time, analyze that. It may sound amazing to want to have 4 or 5 clients until you do the math on it and go, all right, what am I going to be giving up? What am I going to be letting go of in order to achieve that? My other client that I just wrapped up a call with a little while ago, she doesn't have enough time in the day to get her workouts in. And I said, well, you need to bring someone in, like a virtual assistant. If you understood the law of Amama, as I was talking to her about what is it that you have to give up in order to be able to do something, I'm explaining to her that there's some sacrifices that need to be made. Whether that's you doing things, maybe even saying no to stuff. So by being able to say no to something, you're like, this is not going to be for me. And it allows you to then continue being guided by your own purpose. So I hope that helps. Just a fun little tip. So take a look at the things that you want to achieve. Take a look at the things that you want to manifest in your life, whether it's being that person that you want to be, doing what you're meant to do, or having the things that you deserve, whatever it is. And what is it that you need to give up in order to be able to achieve these? What do you need to let go of? For example, if you want to go back to school and get a degree like I did, what do you need to give up in order to create the time to be there? Because you can't just make time out of thin air. You got to create the time by reallocating your resources. For example, I gave up TV. I gave up watching a lot of TV to go back to school and become a doctor, and I zero regrets. But I faced that down ahead of time, which a lot of people don't do. So take a look at your goals. Look, what do you need to give up to actually begin to achieve these, to begin to get some momentum towards them? And that way, it can help you down the path. All right, just had one little quick thing. I'm just double checking on my calendar. Yeah, tomorrow I got a webinar. Tomorrow I got a webinar going on. So if you haven't seen the email, you can go check it out. I got a webinar. I think it's tomorrow. I think an email was sent out for it. So check your emails if you're on our database. If you're not, go to nlp.com and sign up. We'll probably also post it on Facebook here. And we're just ramping up to be doing all those webinars and Facebook Lives again. Awesome. Thank you all so very much, and see you on the webinar tomorrow. If not, I'll see you next week on our Facebook Live. Aloha.